Tecware has been in the mechanical keyboard market for quite some time now, and the announcement of this Tecware B68 mechanical keyboard has caught me by surprise. While the previous Tecware mechanical keyboards have largely focused on the mainstream users with typical features, the B68 packs some of the characteristics that are usually found on higher end or custom mechanical keyboards. Let's get right into it. Out of the box, you're getting the Tecware B68 keyboard, a 1.8 meter braided USB-A to USB-C cable, an additional escape keycap which I already mounted to the keyboard, and a keycap and switch puller combo. This is a very good one instead of those plastic ring type keycap puller which will scratch your keycaps. As the name suggests, the B68 is a compact 68 key mechanical keyboard. This is currently the most popular layout as you are not sacrificing the arrow key cluster by going 60%. This is a very interesting keyboard priced at just under 300 ringgit, and we shall go through all the pros and cons whether if this is the one for you. There are two color options available for the B68. The one we have here is white and the other one is black. The keyboard is using stock Gateron switches, yellow, brown and black. Malaysians will only get the Gateron yellow and Gateron brown. But you can also change the switch as you like since it has modular switch socket. There is no best switch since it's all about your personal preference. So you can always try out different switches and maybe you can find out which one suits your taste. I'm glad that Tecware has decided to stick with the conventional keyboard case instead of the floating key design. Personally, I think this just looks better, and the plastic chassis has a minimalist design, and even they have decided to print their logo at the top of the chassis for that stealthy look. Under the chassis is where you will find 4 rubber feet without height adjustment. You can turn off the keyboard with the switch underneath here and switch between USB or Bluetooth mode. Personally, I don't understand why they need to have the off option, because if you switch to USB mode, it's supposed you will be able to turn off the Bluetooth. And I had a couple of times forgot to switch the keyboard to USB mode and leave it at off, plug in the PC, and there's no response. And I have to figure out whether if my USB dongle or whatever is not working, and then realize I didn't switch to USB mode. Why? Switching to Bluetooth mode will immediately trigger the pairing process, and you can pair up to 3 devices for quick switching with the FN with QWE function shortcuts. Personally, I would prefer a 2.4 GHz dongle instead of Bluetooth for a much more lower latency experience, but Bluetooth allows you to have much more versatile usage across different devices such as tablets and smartphones. The keyboard has Rgb backlight and it is bright and looks great with the white backplate and chassis. You can also customize the RGB and some of those macro keys with the software. And since the keyboard is basically plug and play and you can configure all the RGBs on the keyboard, so the software is pretty much an optional option if you wanted to go deeper into the customization. The stock keycaps are PBT double shot with rough sandy texture. Not too scratchy, just right for typing and gaming. The PCB has north-facing switch layout and supports 5-pin switches. So those who are planning to use GMK or cherry profile switches, you might encounter interference depending on which switch you are using. There are 7 screws securing the keyboard to the chassis. Some of the screws require you to remove the switch before you can unscrew it. The top row switches is slightly annoying to remove as there are not enough room for the switch remover to fit in. You just have to slightly force your way through so that the clamp would go in and then pull the switch out. Removing the keyboard reveals a 2000 mAh battery taped to the bottom chassis. To my surprise, Tecware has actually sandwiched the foam between the PCB and the plate. That explains why this keyboard sounds so good out of the box. The Gateron plate-mounted stabilizers is also factory lubed for that smooth and rattle-free experience. Honestly speaking, I did not expect all of these coming from a mass-produced mechanical keyboard you can buy off from a shelf like this one. In other words, you just need to add additional foam padding underneath the PCB and between the casing and the PCB that will further improve your typing experience. In conclusion, Tecware has done an excellent job with the B68. Priced at around 279 ringgit Malaysia, this is an excellent choice for those who are looking for the best out-of-the-box quality keyboard. Frankly speaking, I really never expect them to come out with something good like this one, especially with all those special characteristics that you can only get from a custom mechanical keyboard, like adding foam between the plate and the PCB, or lubing the stabilizers. And the stabilizer on this one is especially good. I'm not sure if this is only applies for my model or my unit right here. The steps are perfectly lubed, it's not overly done, and I think this is one of the best if you just want to take it out of the box and experience the best keyboard and with minimum customization and modification. So that's all I want to share with you with this Tecware mechanical keyboard, the B68. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, you can always leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.